General thoughts. First day of OTAs. What do you think?
It's amazing. We're having a lot of fun. It's been, how many weeks is it? I don't know. 6 weeks now? Yeah, 6 weeks in, just getting around the guys, being around Coach Carroll. A lot of new coaches, a lot of new faces, but it's been incredible. It's a breath of fresh air. We've been having so much fun and getting better every single day and working our ass off. It's been a hell of a journey so far.
What's different or stands out about the way Pete runs practice as compared to all the coaches you've had in the past?
Yeah, no, it's not about what we did in the past. It's about what we're doing now. And Coach Carroll has been amazing. He's hilarious. He loves the game of football. He's obsessed with it. He makes it fun, makes it enjoyable every day you show up in the building, and that's all you can ask for. He's a legendary coach. Resume speaks for itself, and just trying to learn as much as I possibly can from him.
What have you thought of Ashton Jeanty?
Oh, it's been awesome. Ashton's a great kid. I've been able to know him, before he got drafted here. We do we have some of the similar people around us. Shout out to Rubicon, all my guys over there. But yeah, he's a great kid, humble kid. I think just the fact that a kid like him could have went anywhere in the country and then decided to stay at Boise State and go out there and have the best career, best year running back I think he's arguably ever had. It just shows the testament to the type of person he is. So it's been awesome. It's only been a couple weeks with him, but love the kid. He's a hell of a worker, hell of a player, and just excited to be teammates with him.
You talked about going hard every rep your whole career.
Of course.
Do you see that when you saw Brock Bowers? Do you see that in a kid like that in terms of trying to make that next step after what he did last year?
I mean, it's just tough. He's only been here a couple weeks. It's unfair to him to make that type of judgment.
I think you're talking about Brock.
What are you talking about? You talking about Brock? Oh, you talking about Brock? Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about Ashton stuff. Yeah, like Brock, like he came in the league and made it very, made his claim very loud and clear. He's unbelievable player. He can do everything on the field. He's dynamic, super humble kid, and he's got more to grow. He's got a lot of room to do it. You can do it for 1 year, but it's what are you going to do the next year? And that's he's that type of person. Brock is never somebody you have to worry about if he's going to show up on time or if he's going to work hard. He's just a humble football guy to the core. So more guys you have like that on the team, the better chance you got of winning. So yeah, I got nothing but good things to say about Brock and him getting his degree as well. It's a really cool accomplishment. Something I plan on doing here soon too.
Max, there's a noticeable different level of energy on the field, especially with Pete Carroll, the way he runs things. What can you say to that energy and how it kind of fuels the guys?
It's just awesome. Every day is like, he talked about competition, and that's real. Everything we do, we're competing, no matter if it's in the meetings, no matter if it's in the individual meetings, no matter if we're in the weight room. Like, it's truly a competition, everything we do, but we're having fun with it, and it's about winning. Like, if you're a competitor truly to the core, like, this is exactly where you want to be. And I know, I feel like I'm the best, the top competitor in the world at what I do. You know what I mean? So I love it, and that energy keeps me fueled at all times. And Pete is constantly testing me. He's testing other guys on the team, and he just wants to see guys be the best versions of themselves. And he's true to that. It's not fake energy. It's every day. He's the same guy, and it's not just him. It's the assistant coaches, the whole building. It just feels different, and it's definitely been amazing.
Max, what was it like getting Malcolm back after he wasn't able to compete last year?
I'm so excited. Malcolm's on his way back from rehab, and like I said before, like Malcolm is literally one of the best teammates I've ever had. He's a great kid. He's all about ball. He loves football, and he's a worker. You know what I mean? He's another guy. Like he reminds me of Brock in that way. Like he's not gonna talk your ear off. He's a quiet kid, super humble. Came from nothing, and just shows up to work every day with the mindset to get better, and just constantly asking questions. So more guys you got like Malcolm Koonce, like I said again, like you're gonna have a chance. So I miss him. Like I said, he's the best running mate I've ever had, and I can't wait for him to be back on the field with me.
What are your first thoughts? Like the defense did today, phase 3?
It was amazing. It was a great day. We're constantly emphasizing taking the ball away, and we did that last couple of days. So it's been a lot of fun. It's like you said, like that energy is contagious. Football, you could have all the X's and O's. You could be the smartest guy on the planet, but when it really comes down to it, when it's really nut cutting time, like it's truly who's going to execute better and who's willing to go farther. And that's what I preach to my guys. I know that's what they're preaching on the team. Like by week 10, week 12, everyone knows exactly what the hell you like to run. Everyone knows what plays you like to run, what scheme you're running. It's about who's willing to really sacrifice and go to that length, and that's why I feel like you know, the cream always rises to the top. That's what people, you know, it sounds cliche, but it's real. Like, there's a reason why, you know, guys come out the gate looking amazing and then all of a sudden you don't hear their name again. It's the guys that do it every single day that, you know, over the course of a season, by the, you know, week 17, week 18, and then playoffs, it's the same guys being, you know, putting those on those pedestals, you know. And so if you have a team, a collective of guys that are constantly pushing themselves to that level, not just offensively but defensively too, like, you know, Gino is a great leader. You know, you got a guy like Genty coming in. You know, Jacoby Myers is a prime example. The dude is he's always working. And you know, you have a bunch of dogs on the field that are willing to go to the farthest length to win. You're gonna have a chance.
What does it mean to you to get back out here after the injury?
It's amazing. You know, it's been truly. I mean, I feel like a little kid out there. You know what I mean? I miss it. The rehab started in December. I didn't have an off season. You know what I mean? I've been here the whole time. It's been 5 months of hardcore training, rehabbing every single day, and sacrificing even more. How can I go to an even higher level? You know, last year was a definitely one of the hardest years of my life in general. So many things going on, battling injuries, not being able to be myself. At times I felt like, you know, just there's no excuses. It's tough. It's part of the game, and that's what comes with it. And that's the first time in my career I felt like, you know, it's like, I don't know, week 2 and I'm on a, you know, pop, you know, tire, and it's just like I'm doing everything in my power to try to go out there and help my teammates. And at times I feel like I couldn't, you know, it just wasn't the same. But I feel like everything happens for a reason. I look at it, you know, I feel like I'm gonna look back years from now and it's gonna all make sense. And it's just been incredible, you know, being out there with my teammates, being able to just fully be myself, not hesitate on any type of cut, and just cut it loose. It's the best feeling on the planet. You know what I mean? I'm having so much fun out here, just being 100% and you know, no hesitation. It's the greatest feeling on the planet. You know what I mean? Football is my life. You know what I mean? I give everything to it. So yeah, being out here and just being healthy, running around and feeling the energy and being a part of setting that standard, that's what I'm all about.
Max, what are your first thoughts? What are your first thoughts? Oh, go for it.
Good.
Max, you've seen some different new eras with the Raiders, obviously, three coaching regimes in 3 years. Maybe so far, what can you identify?
You know, that culture, that energy where, you know, everyone knows it's hard. You're going to work your ass off. You're going to put in all the work. But you got a whole group and organization of people that all got to be on the same wavelength and going in the same direction. That's one of the hardest things you can do. That's why there's only 32 of the head coaching jobs in the world. But I think Pete just does an incredible job with that. He just makes it fun and enjoyable every day. You wake up in the morning, it's 5 a.m. and I'm fired up and excited to be in the building and get after it with the guys.
Two more guys.
It's your first couple of chances to be out there with the rookie D linemen like Tonka, JJ, Josh Joyner. What are your first initial thoughts on them?
Yeah, they've been awesome. Honestly, like just attention to detail. You know, I think with rookies, you know, you don't want rookies coming in thinking they got all the answers. You know, you come in, you stay humble, be quiet, and just get to work. And I could say that truly about all those guys. Like they're not in there, you know, acting an ass or doing anything out of pocket. They're just coming in and showing up and working and putting their body on the line and flying around and individual and doing everything they're asked. So that's all you can ask for. Truly, like those guys have been really, really awesome additions, and they have a ton of talent. I think they're going to help our team win. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. And I think those guys are coming in with the right attitude, and they're off to a great start.
What are your thoughts on not banning
The tush push, I mean, it is what it is. I have no comment, to be honest. I could care less.
The league also decided players can play with any chance you have there at that ranking. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I definitely would love to play, but it just depends on when that is or what the time frame is. But yeah, hell yeah. Go out there, represent America, go get a gold medal. I mean, we would smoke everybody. So I think it would be a hell of a time, and I'd be with it.
Right as training camp starts.
Oh, yeah, well then never mind. So, never mind.
Thanks, Max.
I'm all
Thank you,
good.
thank you, thank you.
I appreciate you guys.